Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Thursday, December 23, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Memphis Grizzlies vs Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors have been the best team all season, and they are missing 2 starters and a potential Hall of Famer, Klay Thompson, who is due back in early January. The Warriors are 25-6 and have the second best record in the NBA, 1/2 game behind their division rivals, the Phoenix Suns. The Warriors have won 4 of their last 5 games and are coming off a 113-98 win over the Sacramento Kings on Monday at home. The Golden State Warriors have been in great shape as they've won 4 of their past 5 games, and they will be looking to stay hot after making light work of the Kings in a 113-98 home win on Monday. Stephen Curry led the team with 30 points on 13 of 27 shooting. Damian Lee added 18 points on 7 of 8 shooting, while Draymond Green tallied a triple-double of 16 points with 11 rebounds and 10 assists. As a team, the Warriors shot 52% from the field and 15 of 37 from the three-point line, but this win was more about their defense, as they set the tone in the first quarter, where they held the Kings to just 16 points, before pulling away in the fourth quarter, where they held the Kings to just 19 points. The Memphis Grizzlies have been one of the surprise teams of the season so far. They are 4th in the Western Conference at 19-13, and that's after losing 2 straight games. The Grizzlies lost to the Blazers on Sunday 105-100 at home and then traveled to Oklahoma City on Monday and lost to the lowly Thunder 102-99 as 9-point favorites. The good news is that Ja Morant is back after missing several weeks with an injury. In his first game back on Monday, Morant had 16 points, 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Our first betting advice is to pick Golden State -5. The Memphis Grizzlies have been in decent shape as they've won 5 of their past 8 games, but they will be hoping to avoid a 3rd straight defeat after falling just short to the Thunder in a 102-99 home loss on Monday. Desmond Bane led the team with 25 points on 10 of 20 shooting. Dillon Brooks added 19 points. Ja Morant scored 16 points with 8 assists, while Jaren Jackson Jr. chipped in with 15 points. As a team, the Grizzlies shot just 38% from the field and 11 of 32 from the three-point line as they struggled to get going and scored just 16 points in the first quarter to trail by as many as 16 points before rallying their way back to escape on free throws in a tight finish. The Grizzlies only shot 38% from the floor, and that's not good enough to win, even against the Thunder. The Grizzlies were led by Desmond Bane, who poured in 25 points and had 7 rebounds. Dillon Brooks chipped in with 19 points, while Jaren Jackson added 16 points. Steven Adams only had 3 points, but had 14 rebounds. Tyus Jones is questionable for Thursday's game, while Brandon Clark is out. But compared to most teams, the Grizzlies are pretty healthy. The Warriors shot 52% and drained 15 three-pointers. They held the Kings to 44% shooting and turned them over 19 times. The Warriors have the best defense in the NBA, as they only give up 101 points per game, best in the NBA. Steph Curry led the way with 30 points, while Draymond Green messed around and got a triple-double with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Damian Lee added 18 points, while Gary Payton and Otto Porter had 12 points each. The Warriors played without starters Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins, who are in COVID protocols. They are out Thursday as well. Andre Iguodala is questionable versus the Grizzlies. Our second betting advice is to pick under 217. Quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. San Antonio Spurs vs Los Angeles Lakers. San Antonio's offense is scoring exactly the same amount that its defense allows at 109.8 points per game, which is 9th in the NBA. Murray is the leading scorer for San Antonio with an average of 18.1 points per game, and 6 other players for the Spurs are averaging between 11.0 and 15.0 points per game. Murray leads the Spurs in assists with an average of 8.6 dishes per contest. San Antonio averages 28.1 assists and 12.5 turnovers per game for a league-leading 2.3 assist to turnover ratio. Los Angeles is about as unbackable as any team in the NBA right now. Not only has its depth been trimmed by COVID-19 absences, but it is also without one of its superstars in Davis. The Lakers have been extremely overvalued in the betting market this season as it stands, particularly at home. They have only covered the spread in 6 of their 18 games at the Staples Center, and this is a look-ahead spot to their Christmas Day game against Brooklyn. San Antonio has fought back from a disappointing start to the year and has now covered in 9 of its last 13 games. Los Angeles is 10th in the NBA in scoring, with an average of 109.8 points per game. The Lakers are 11th in the shooting percentage at 46.2% and 15th in shooting percentage from behind the three-point line at 34.9%. LeBron James is the leading scorer for Los Angeles, with an average of 25.9 points per game. The Lakers have 3 other active players averaging double figures in scoring as 2 others, Davis and Westbrook, are out. LeBron James is the leader in assists with an average of 6.8 per game. Los Angeles is averaging 24.5 assists and 15.5 turnovers for an assist-to-turnover ratio of 1.6. Our first betting advice is to pick San Antonio +1. Los Angeles is once again dealing with an injury to one of its superstars, which was the downfall of the team last season. The Lakers were on a 3-game winning streak last week before power forward Anthony Davis went down with a left knee injury on Friday against Minnesota. He is going to miss at least the next 4 weeks with a sprained knee after missing 36 of the 72 regular season games last year due to an Achilles injury and calf strain. The Lakers wound up losing to the Timberwolves and proceeded to drop games against Chicago and Phoenix. The Spurs are currently number 12 in the Western Conference, but they are only 3 games back of the final playoff spot, so they have been able to weather the poor start. They are led by an offense that ranks 9th in the NBA, averaging 109.8 points per game. Point guard Dejounte Murray leads the team with 18.1 points, 8.6 assists and 8.4 rebounds per contest. Small forward Keldon Johnson is scoring 15.0 points and is grabbing 6.5 boards. Center Jakob Poeltl is scoring 12.2 points and is pulling down a team-high 8.7 rebounds per game. They will be facing a Los Angeles defense that is number 26, allowing 111.2 points per contest. San Antonio got off to a terrible start this season, going 4-13 in its first 17 games. The Spurs responded with a 4-game winning streak and have alternated between wins and losses since then. They picked up a win over Utah last Friday before losing to Sacramento on Sunday. San Antonio made the trip south to Los Angeles, where it notched a 116-92 blowout win over the Clippers on Monday night. The Spurs were 6-point underdogs, as Paul George made his return from a 5-game absence for Los Angeles. This game will conclude a 4-game road trip for the Spurs, who will be off until after Christmas. The Los Angeles Lakers are allowing an average of 111.2 points per game, which is 26th in the NBA. Part of the problems has been injuries and COVID issues, as currently top players such as Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook are not playing. Opponents are shooting 44.4% overall against Los Angeles, which is 10th in the NBA, and 33.3% from three-point territory, which is 6th in the NBA. Los Angeles is allowing an average of 47.8 rebounds per game, which is 28th in the NBA, and the Lakers as a team average 46.0 rebounds per game. The leading rebounder is Anthony Davis, but in his absence as well as Westbrook's absence, LeBron James is the leader at 6.6 boards per game. Our second betting advice is to pick over the total.